What's happening? How are we all out there? Big shout out to everyone who supports the channel. Thanks very much. Everyone who likes, shares and comments, I appreciate it. It means a lot. Here's a story that scared the living daylights out of me. Back in 1979, I was 6 years old. Me nana just passed away. I remember it well. I remember being in the room, there was a knock at the door. I'm lying in my bed wide awake. We used to go to bed early. We used to go to bed after... What was that programme now? Used to do me head in. Oh, anyway, it wasn't Emmerdale Farm, it was the other one. Crossroads. Oh, hated it. Hated the end tune to Crossroads because I knew that we'd be sent to bed. And there was 3 of us at the time. There was me, our Tony, my sister, and my aunt fella used to go, U, B, E, D, bed, now. We'd all get sent to bed about 6 o'clock. You know, it was still light outside. You'd hear kids in the street playing out, you know, so it was a bit of a lousy time for us as kids. But anyway, yeah, so there was a knock at the door. My dad came upstairs, sat at the end of my bed and said, you know, your nan's dead, son. And that was all he said. Didn't give me any comfort, just said, your nan's dead. I remember it well because he had this overwhelming sadness and I couldn't understand why. Never really had much to do with me. My mum used to take me up to see her. But I was only young. I was only, you know, a child at the time. But I remember, like, not long after my nan passed away, I'm sitting in the front room of our house in Little Leaf Road. We lived in, like, 25 Little Leaf Road in Speke. And I remember my mum said to me, look, you know, I'll only be a minute. I'm only going over the road to see a friend. Have a cup of tea and a chat. I'll be back soon. You'll be okay. You know, put me in front of the telly. And I remember it was a Carry On movie. That's all I can remember. It was a Carry On film. I can't remember which one it was. And, you know, there was a chair here and the sofa was facing the window. And we had these curtains that were wide open. And nets, no one had blinds back then, it was all net curtains. I remember the curtains being wide open. And if you walk past our house, you know, and looked in, you'd see that there was just, you know, a young boy sitting in the living room, in the front room on his own. And as I'm watching this Carry On film, something distracted me out of the corner of my eye and I seen the curtains, I'm not messing, right? On my mother's life, the curtains, yeah, they started to close by themselves, right? They were shutting very, very slowly, like this. And like, I was absolutely petrified. I got up and I ran up them stairs to our kid. Now Tony's in bed and I'm shaking him. He must have been 5 years old. Get up, get up, get up. The curtains are closing on their own and no one's in. He just threw his blanket over his head and I don't blame him. I'm not getting up. My little sister, she was must have been about 2. Kelly. And I creeped back down the stairs and the curtains were open again. I'm not messing, this is a true story. And I waited for my mum to come in. Like that, mum. You know, the curtains closed on their own. And she didn't, you know, dead calmly, she just looked at me and said, that's your nan looking after you. I went, what? My nan looking at me? She frightened the life out of me, ma. Them curtains just shut by themselves. And I get now what she was trying to tell me. You know, she was saying, look, if someone had seen you on your own, you don't know, anyone could have walked past and thought, you know, fancied the chances. Anything could have happened. You know, she was protecting me, keeping me safe, closing the curtains, making sure no one saw me. I don't know whether that's true. I've never really had much experience since that. I remember another time when, you know, my dad died. You know, these are all times when I'm clean, or I'm in recovery, or I'm a young child and I'm innocent and I'm not like under the influence of drugs, so I'm quite fresh and, you know, everything's raw and you know, I'm open-minded to things at the time. You know, when my dad passed away, I remember sitting in the room with him, all his family around him. He was in a hospital in Whiston. And he was coming to his last breath and he had an oxygen mask on. And he pulled it off. And we were all sitting there. We all had hold of his hands. We all had all his kids, my brothers and sisters, were all holding his hand. You know, and the minute he passed away, the minute he took his last breath, I remember it was 10:25 in the morning and the room suddenly dropped in temperature. It was weird. Not only did I feel it, but everyone in that room felt it. It was odd. Now, fast forward. Right, I haven't really had many experiences like that. But a couple of months ago, I was at home with my partner and I was upstairs. And I came downstairs and she said, she's just seen this shadow out the corner of her eye walk past up the stairs. And my little boy was at the bottom of the stairs looking up. And he went, it's the daddy. And my partner went, what did he look like? And his face was like, he had this mad smile, this shadow, you know, was walking past and, you know, he was calling it the daddy. And it freaked me out because when I came down, I was, what, you joking, aren't you? She went, no, swear, Bill, right. There was a shadow. I looked at baby short at the same time. He looked up and said it was the daddy. Now, he calls anyone, like, any male, the daddy, you know what I mean? Because of, like, well, you know, I'm the dad. And he had this mad smile. I was like, oh, mate, I'm getting goosebumps now thinking about it. These are, like, freaky experiences. And she's had a few experiences where she felt she's being followed home. So I don't really, like, know what's beyond this life. You know, and I've had, I don't know what's beyond. You know, and I'm a down to earth type of person. You know, I've got to see it to believe it. And I did see that. I swear I saw that as a kid. That is, that'll always stay with you. I always remember that moment. You know, I've had, like, when my nan passed away, there was a knock at the door. You know, and the picture that was on the wall in the hallway at the time, it fell and crashed. And it was a picture of you know, a crying boy. And I remember we had my mum had these mad pictures. It was a crying boy, and it fell and crashed and smashed on the hallway floor. And then there was a knock, and then there's my Uncle Freddie a minute or two later telling me mum that her mother had passed away. And that's when my dad come up the stairs and told me. Yeah, so, you know, and my Uncle Paul came to stay with us. Now, our Paul, he was only young. You know, when his mum passed away, it's my mum's brother, he was the youngest out of all of them. My mum had a big family. There was 16, back then, 16 kids. She was like about the third from the eldest, my mum. So, you know, she looked after our Paul. He was 16, 17, I don't know. And I remember him telling me that he woke up early hours in the morning and he felt pressure at the end of his bed, like there was someone sitting on it. You know, it freaked me out. It really, you know, all that kind of stuff does. But yeah, I don't know, has anyone else ever had any, like, strange experiences like that? I'd like to know. You know, if you have, put them in the comments. Let's identify, let's see where we're at with that one. Once again, thanks for listening to Billy's spooky 10 minutes or so. Strange but true. I'll leave it there, thank you.